Hey, what's up, everybody? Leo Cannell here with the Seven Figures Club podcast. In today's episode, my friends, we're going to check out why making people laugh is going to boost your bottom line big time, how creating awesome, funny marketing hooks is key to success, and what is this process of creating funny hooks? How does that look like? How does that work for you? And how can you make it, part of your business? So let's go. There are over 32 million businesses in the U.S., and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create 3 multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go. All right, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day, a great week, that you're setting those goals, setting those tasks, and that whatever you're doing today is going to get you closer to where you want to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, etc. So over the weekend, today is Monday as I'm doing this podcast. Over the weekend, my daughter, Kayla, who is 15 years old, she was assigned to give a little speech, a little talk, a little message in our church. And it's kind of cool, in our church where kids get the opportunity to share stuff and to have to teach. And there's a lot to be learned. I mean, these kids have interesting insights and perspectives, and so it's great to be able to learn from them. And so as she was putting together her talk, and it was a great message, and she had some really heartfelt stories that she was sharing that taught certain principles, and there was something that she was missing. There was something that she was missing at the beginning, and it was something to kind of get people's attention, to kind of put people at ease, and to ensure that people were actually going to listen to her message. And that's really what it's all about in business, right? Whatever it is you offer as a product or a service, like at some point you've got to get people's attention. You've got to hook them in, or they're not going to listen to you. And if they don't listen to you, it's for a number of reasons. And one of the top keys to getting people's attention and hooking them in, I've discovered over the years, is if you can add some humor, get people to laugh, get something unique, something that they don't see all the time, and those are the things that go viral, right? Something that's weird, funny, unique, etc. And so, obviously with the pandemic, a lot of people are doing church from home in our neighborhood, and so we've got Zoom on, and you can be going to church sitting at your couch. And so Kayla's hook message that was hilarious was, just talking about how, before the pandemic, our church was starting to get into these home center teachings where, it's the family and the parents' job to really, share important life lessons and to follow Jesus' example, learn how to do it from home. And so obviously a lot of people not, pretty sad that they can't actually go to church as much. And there's a lot of people that are having to just do it from their couch. And Kayla, not one of those people. So she gets up and she's like, I know a lot of you are just really sad about this, but I've loved it. It's been amazing for me. And even though our church, received this, revelation that we can, do more stuff from home, I'd already received this message years earlier. And so for all of you sitting on your couch eating some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I salute you. And so it was this funny attention-getting hook to the beginning of her message that she shared, and it was phenomenal. And it got people laughing. It got people laughing at home, messaging afterwards. Hey, that was a great message, great talk that you gave, Kayla. Thanks so much. And it started off because she had that funny hook, that funny message to reel people in. And so it's so important, if you can make people laugh, that's going to boost your bottom line big time. There's a group down the street from us called the Harmons Brothers, and the Harmons Brothers have created these amazing viral videos that literally go viral, and they'll build and boost a company's top and bottom line revenue and profits big time. And one of them that comes to mind was it was so funny. It's for this company called Poo-Pourri. And the way Poo-Pourri worked was it talked about the fact, you're at a little get-together and, you're having a great time, and then, you've got to go number two. You've got to go take a dump, right? And so you go and you do your business, and you leave this nasty stench, and everybody in the house and the party is notified because your stench is so bad coming from that bathroom. And so Poo-Pourri and the Harmons brothers made this hilarious viral video, and you can look it up on YouTube. I think it's Poo-Pourri, Harmons brothers, something like that. And it just showed how funny it was, but how great this product was at stopping that stench. And you sprayed it in the toilet, and it kept all the nasty smell in the toilet. And it was just such a funny, hilarious, attention-grabbing video that it made you want to try the product out. And I think they did one for Squatty Potty, who was on Shark Tank. By the way, I'm a big believer in Squatty Potty. You get that Squatty Potty up, you get your feet in the right position, and doing your business is a much smoother transaction. So just such great proof and evidence that if you can get people to engage, to laugh, to, find some humor in what you're offering as a product and service, like that's what everybody wants. I was talking to my kids the other day about the DC Comics versus the Marvel and the Avengers, and you look at the Justice League series, and Wonder Woman's been awesome. Batman was great in the early 2000s, but since I think the Dark Knight, DC and their movies and their characters have not been nearly as successful as Marvel and the Avengers and Captain America and Iron Man and all these characters. And I think the biggest reason why is DC comes off very dark and very serious, and the Avengers characters, they never take themselves too serious, and they always have some lightheartedness, some humor as they're tackling. And it's not that their challenges aren't any less daunting than the challenges and world-ending scenarios the DC Comics universe has versus Marvel's universe, but it's just that they're so much more enjoyable to watch, and they're so much more funny, and there's so much more, humor, and Thor and Chris Hemsworth, and how hilarious he can be. And so that is just another great example of how important it is to create, humor and give some laughs to your audience. And if you're not doing that, you're missing a big opportunity to be able to connect, because when we connect with something, with someone, with a product, with a service, with a business, with an organization, with a movie, like that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that connection. And when people can make us laugh and see that they're not taking themselves so seriously, I mean, that's just a magical thing. And I find myself guilty of this. Last week I had 3 trainings with our funding partners, and we've got over 1,000 of them across the country that we work with and train that make money in our funding partner program. And the topics that I did 3 trainings last Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and they were great trainings. We had good participation, but I'm realizing I was way too serious and needed to bring in some more humor and get people to relax, because everybody takes everything so serious and it's so dramatic, and then they put all this unnecessary stress and burden. And when we can stop taking ourselves so seriously, have a good laugh, find some humor in what we're doing, that at the end of the day is what gets the job done. And so as you think about what you do or whatever you're involved in, how can you implement and insert some humor, something funny, something that hooks people in that's not so boring. And that's, I guess, another part of this segment. If you can make me laugh, you're going to make a lot more money. But it's also beyond, making me laugh if you can, not be boring. I mean, everybody hates stuff that's boring. And what is it that captures your eye and your attention when you're scrolling through your Facebook or your Instagram feed or whatever it is? Like, what is it that hooks you in? Start to pay attention to that. Hopefully you're not a consumer just scrolling in there mindlessly, but hopefully you're thinking as a creator, as an entrepreneur, and you're looking at the social media videos and quotes and images, and what makes you stop. Start writing that down. Start notating that. Okay, this caught my attention because of this, or this caught my attention because of that. And so there's also this ability where you can't be afraid to take a controversial stand, because the controversial stand is what catches people's attention. You can't be in this idea of, oh, I'm not going to offend anybody. You have to take a position. So I just started a new YouTube series on our Seven Figures Funding playlist, and the playlist title is Seven Figures Whiteboards, and it's where I sit in front of a transparent whiteboard and I go over different topics and subjects. And the first one that I wanted to do was something related to politics, because politics is super controversial and it's very polarized, and we have the right and the left and Republicans and Democrats. And so in this video I actually talk about how both of those political parties suck for different reasons, and why what you really want to do is be a part of the entrepreneur political party, and the need that we actually need to have a new political party that is led by entrepreneurs and leaders and business owners, and not part of this crazy Republican Democrat fight that's always going on and probably will be for the end of the time. And I'm excited to get that out. And it's a polarizing, controversial, and I try to implement some humor in there. And that, I think, is, we'll see what the market tells me, and I'll have to make changes and improvements, I'm sure. But those are the types of things that you want to do. You can't be on the sidelines. You have to kind of take positions, but it doesn't mean it has to be a position that's to an extreme. It can be a unique extreme, right? And I think that's kind of what people are looking for. They're not looking for the total extreme, but they're looking for something that's not in the middle, that's kind of taking a position, and it's a unique way of looking at things. And whenever you can incorporate that humor, that laugh into it, and think back to the Avengers and the Marvel characters, and how funny and sarcastic Iron Man is, and just how these guys are always pushing the boundaries a little bit. But that's what we like. It's lighthearted, it's funny, it's not taking yourselves too seriously. And I think that's another thing that entrepreneur Richard Branson pushes as well, is have fun. Like, if you're not having fun on a daily, weekly basis, like, you got to make a change, and you got to implement some more fun with your staff. And sometimes that means taking some time off. You know what? We've gotten a lot of snow the last few days. I'm heading snowboarding with my son on Wednesday in the middle of the week, and I'm damn proud of it. So, guys, have some fun, get some laughs, implement humor into what you do in your business, in your message. And if you're not getting your message out there, that's something else you've got to do, right? Like, if people don't know you, then they may not want to do business with you. Like, the product and service has got to be so good that it sells itself, yes, but people buy the story much more than they do the product. One of my clients, Scott, just recently launched a new fitness supplement brand called Expect Greatness. And of course, I've been switching all my supplements. I'm buying his protein, and I've been buying his pre-workout. And then there's like a third thing that you take now, like in between, right in the middle of your strength workout. I want to say BCR. I don't even know what it is, but I've been taking that too. And it's all natural ingredients, and he's got a great product. But as he's advertising it online, one day I'm like, dude, you need to start sharing your story. And lo and behold, he'd had this story video of him and his personal journey and story. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get that out. That is amazing. Because he talks about how he was taking all these supplements, and they were cheap supplements, and they literally were making him sick at age 25. And then he started to pay attention to getting the more natural stuff, less chemical crap in there, and it changed everything. And then he's like, boy, I should just create my own brand and my own product that does this and does it better than anyone else. And that's what he's done. And so that's what people want. They want to know your story. Hopefully there's something funny in there, and there almost always is. And what we might not think is funny, people look back and they say, oh, that's kind of cool, that's kind of funny, that's unique, that hooks me in. And so that, my friends, another part of this puzzle here. We're all trying to, again, the purpose of this podcast is how can you join that Seven Figures Club? How can you build a business that makes at least $1 million a year, Put yourself in the top 7% is the number of the 30 million businesses in the U.S. 7% of them are going to break $1 million a year. That means 93% don't. Again, my purpose for this podcast is what tools, what ideas, and what proven concepts can I share with you that have helped me to build multiple seven-figure businesses, and then who can I bring in that's built an 8-9-figure business, maybe had an exit, and what did they do, and how can we deconstruct their steps that they took to build valuable businesses and create the dream life that they want. But the first step is we got to get you in the Seven Figures Club. And so this is one of those core concepts. You need to make people laugh. You need to be, posting your story. You need to be posting on social media. And if you do that, then you've got a shot, because people love the story. They don't want everything so damn serious that it's boring. They want to have a good laugh. They want to connect with the real, authentic, unique you. And so letting go and not worrying what anybody thinks. And Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot about this, not giving a crap what anybody else is thinking or judging. And boy, get yourself some haters. Grant Cardone always talks about this. You start getting some haters, you're on the right track. I was looking at some of my Facebook ads for my business funding masterclass, where I teach people the opportunities in the business funding space and how they can partner up with us and become a funding partner. And there's this dude on there that's just trolling us. And he's got all this negative crap about, he has this little image that says bullshit meter, and it's all the way to the top. It's just bullshit. And I started messaging him, hey man, how many multi-seven-figure businesses have you built? Did you go through the workshop? Did you go through the training? Did you do this? Of course, he doesn't respond to any of those things because he hasn't. He's someone who's losing the battle of life and business, and so all he can do is hate and try and take somebody down. And the good news is, with your social media posts and ads, you can just go ahead and delete that idiot. I actually didn't know that. My daughter's like, Dad, stop engaging this guy. He's an idiot. Just delete his comment. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that. Okay, great. So make people laugh. You make me laugh. You make people laugh. You're going to make more money. If you're unique, if you hook people in with something about you that's authentic, that's going to increase your influence and give you a chance to build that seven figures business. And the process is, don't be boring and ask people, get feedback. What about this? And you can't take vanilla stances. You've got to take somewhat polarizing, controversial stances, like I'm doing, of saying political parties suck, but what you want to do is join the entrepreneur political party. And hopefully we'll actually build one of those in the next few years. So that's it. That's the steps. Make it happen. Make people laugh. Make more money. Have a wonderful day, a profitable week. Get those little goals accomplished. And I'll see you next time on the Seven Figures Club podcast. Are you looking for more seven-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out sevenfigures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.